Asperger syndrome. The signs, symptoms and test for the condition. Asperger syndrome, a less understood sibling of autism, has hit the news thanks to Niall Aslam, who walked off Love Island. The developmental condition has made Niall feel out of place throughout his young life and ultimately made his experience on the show unpleasant. But some people may still be wondering just how many people are affected by Asperger's. What is the condition, when was it given its name, what are the symptoms and how is it different to autism? Asperger's is technically considered to be a mild form of autism. In fact, it's often aligned with HFA, high-functioning autism, by a doctor. The condition was given its name by Johann Hans Friedrich Karl Asperger, who died aged 74 in 1980. He kick-started studies by noticing in 1944 that some children he was working with were not good at nonverbal communication, while also being clumsy and unable to comprehend others' feelings. But modern Asperger's did not get fully recognized by medical practitioners until 1981, the year after he died. Questions remain about its difference from HFA, which is why it's difficult to ascertain how many people have Asperger's. That said, it's thought that around 700,000 people in Britain are on the autism spectrum. Quite often, Asperger's goes undiagnosed. The symptoms of Asperger's are not clear-cut, but generally they include difficulty with social interactions, including eye contact, intense preoccupation with a narrow subject, one-sided verbosity, restricted ability to use voice to imply meaning, and physical clumsiness. Often someone with Asperger's will be unable to empathize with another person, or describe their emotions, and some may appear withdrawn. Others will be very talkative but not able to understand and use figurative language, so that humor, irony, sarcasm and teasing goes over their head. Repetitive behaviors and interests, as well as verbal echolalia, are also a feature of life for those with AS. Occasionally they will have excellent visual and oral perception. Quite a few famous people have said they are on the autism spectrum, and they include Daryl Hannah, Dan Aykroyd, Sir Anthony Hopkins and Susan Boyle. While it's not known what causes Asperger's, it's widely thought to be genetic, possibly passed down by fathers. No gene for AS has been identified yet, but scientists think it may have a stronger genetic component than autism. The fact that Asperger's has been linked to babies with birth defects due to teratogens unwittingly taken by the mothers, it's also thought Asperger's arrives very early in development. Parents can see differences in their child potentially related to autism when it's as young as 30 months. Diagnosis is often based on either a questionnaire or a test, and pediatricians can study a young child's responses to simple colored objects to get a good idea of whether they have AS. Treatment can come in many forms but usually includes all kinds of therapy, as well as attendance of a support group. No medications treat the core symptom of AS. Man shares how he got out of his addiction to the porn, masturbation, and orgasm cycle. 15 awesome Duran Duran songs you still listen to now. A history of Katie Holmes' celebrity boyfriends, fiancés and husbands.